Good chilly morning. Feels good out here. Okay, so a lot of you know that yesterday had been my niece's 31st birthday, and that I had already decided to get a tattoo for her on her birthday, and I did. Well, I filmed an intro before I went, and I got up this morning. I've edited it, and because I filmed, he let me film, so we'll talk about that in a minute. And I have just been in here this morning ever since I got up at, I think I woke up at 2:30, something like that. I have just been agitated. I don't know what it is. I'm in a mood. I'm still laughing and carrying on because that's what I do. But I'm agitated, and I thought, you know what? Maybe coming out here and talking to y'all would just like help me get over it, because I told John, I said, I think I'm going to go to Wanda's. When I get like this, it helps if I go to Wanda's or if I go to the Dollar Tree, get in my car, play my music, get it out of my head. Because I certainly don't need to take it out on David when he didn't do anything. Not his fault this time. So, I did go yesterday. I did get my tattoo. I don't know. It's in the video. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you may have saw it. I don't know if I can get up here to let you see it. That is her house and character from a game called Animal Crossing, and it's a very popular game. It used to be on, I think, maybe Nintendo, because I used to play it with my kids, and it's a computer game. Adults play it. It's not like just a children's game. It is a very involved, fun game. And so her and RJ and Holly played it, and they could all get together and make little videos, and yeah. So I was talking to the kids, like, what should I get? And they were like, well, how she is in Animal Crossing. And so we're like, her house and her character, because she designed those. This is her vision. This is how she saw herself, and this is how she wanted her house. And so she had screenshots, Holly had screenshots, and I took those to Matt, and he came up with the drawing, and I fell in love with it. And this is what came out. Now this is all nice and fresh, so that's why you see some red around it and everything. I'll have to, wash it a few times a day with some antibacterial soap. I'm going to use coconut oil this time because I ran out of the A&D, which is what I usually use. And so I asked him, do you think I could use coconut oil? He said he never had, but he known plenty of people that had and had good results. So since I have some organic, solid coconut oil on hand, I just used one of my little NutraSweet containers, put me some in that, and took it to my little room. But I filmed. Some of you might want to see this, and some of you might not. So if you don't want to, you're not going to hurt my feelings. If you're just here for WW, you just wait, and then when WW comes around, you can watch that. It will not hurt my feelings. Tattoos are not for everybody. But here's my thing. It's not necessarily the tattoo, it's the mentality. And this is what I'm telling y'all all the time. This is what I'm always trying to get across to y'all. Hold on. Is your mentality should be who you want to be. Don't let your size determine the life you live. Do you know, and I know as good as I'm sitting here, there's somebody out there listening to me right now that really wants a tattoo. And you're thinking in your head, but I'm too big. I'll wait till I lose weight and then I'll get it. Wrong. You get it when you want it. Don't put your life on hold until you lose the weight, because then you're going to miss a whole lot of living in the meantime. If I waited to get a tattoo till I lost weight, I wouldn't have one yet. You just wouldn't. No, I just wouldn't. Maybe it's not a tattoo. Maybe you want to get something pierced. Go get it pierced. Don't think somebody's going to look at me. Good. If they're going to look, give them something to look at. You hear what I'm saying? Don't let your life... So I guess we are talking about Weight Watchers. The tattoo part, not so much, except for one part in the middle. I did mention Weight Watchers. You wait and see. But there's so much living we have to do in our big bodies that we cannot put off until we get a smaller body. It's just not right. That's not how life was meant to be lived. Life was meant to be lived. So if I get nothing else to you, I don't care if it's tattoo and piercings, big bow on your head. I don't care. I don't care. Don't be afraid to do it because you think you're too big and somebody might look at you. I can't remember who told me. I was talking about wearing something or whatever. You know who you are, and I can see your picture, and I can't even. But it was like the sentiment of growing up, chubby kids weren't supposed to wear stripes or bold prints or whatever. Who say? I say you do what you want to do. Let me ask you a question. I got a serious question to ask you. Are you grown? If the answer is yes, then handle your business. Do what you want to do to make your life as enjoyable as you can make it while you're living the one you have. Because guess what? You might not have it tomorrow. My niece is a perfect example. Don't let these moments pass by. Whatever it is. Does that mean go off with, wild abandon and just be irresponsible and do all the, things that you shouldn't do? No, I'm not saying that. Y'all know getting well I'm not saying that. I'm saying things that make you happy, innocuous things that do no harm to anyone else, that do no harm to you, then just do them. Just live your life to the fullest you can live it while you have it in the body that you have. I think I feel better. I always feel better when I give y'all some of that girl power. It makes me the happiest, I think. So I still think I'm going to Wanda's and or the Dollar Tree. There was a couple things I did need from the Dollar Tree. Now what we're fixing to see is just, it's not like a tattoo tutorial, like here's what you're going to do, step by step when you get a tattoo, but it just shows you some of the process along the way, just some of the actual tattooing, not the whole thing, obviously. We don't have enough time for that. But and it's not, it is not squeamish. If it just looks like I even mentioned in there, the way it goes, it just looks like he's just drawing on my skin with this thing, just drawing. There's like one place that you see some blood, so let me just tell you that if the sight of even just a trickle of blood squeams you out, then just don't watch. I am a bleeder. When I get a tattoo, ever since day one, I'm a bleeder. I bleed when I get stuck or hurt, except for when I try to check my blood sugar. I sometimes can't squeeze it out for nothing. But getting tattoos, I'm a bleeder and a weeper. So anyway, that's all I know today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you feel powerful enough to go out and be somebody. Okay, let me introduce you to my man. This is Matt. He's the only one who has ever tattooed me. How old are you now, Matt?
31.
Okay.
For a second.
And so I've been getting tattooed for 5 years. That means you started on me at 26?
Yeah, I guess so.
You've been tattooing me since you were 26 and I was 53.
Yeah, it was like 2 shops ago, too.
2 shops ago. So he's the only one that has ever done it. Let me show you his little studio right quick. There's a lot of his drawings. He's a very good artist. The first thing we're going to do is, let's see the, this is the preliminary drawing. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. I absolutely love it. Okay, now we're going to decide where we're going to put it, and I'll be back.
You get the drawing, like, wait, I already said it over there. You get the line drawing for the design. You put it with this stencil paper here. You just slip it in up under there. You put it in this runner and you run it through this thermofax. It just runs through with the light and everything, and it transfers it over to the stencil paper.
And the stencil paper is what
And that is...
we are going to stencil onto my skin.
This, yeah, that transfers like a temporary
Now,
tattoo. And
if
then
you see this, you're going to be amazed at what he's going to turn it into, because it amazes me every time I see it. Okay, I'm going to try to hold the camera where you can see and he can tell you what he's doing, but I'm not making any promises. And I already told you, no laughing while he's working. So what you cleaned it with, alcohol?
Yep, just alcohol to sterilize the skin. And it's just a stencil transfer gel. Your side. This is what you'd normally like. Yeah, should be good.
That do.
Alright, I'm going to take a look, see what you think.
Can you see? Oh, my thing's crooked, but
It's all purple.
oh, she's so cool. Oh, I cannot wait.
Alright, let's see about putting that.
Oh, we got a little tree to add. We're adding on a little tree. How'd that do?
Right, I'm just gonna drop
Oh,
the
okay,
rest of
yeah. That's gonna give it some height. Listen, I know y'all were seeing some crazy
Okay, just put your arm up.
So what you're seeing him do now is he's drawing on what didn't show up in the stencil. The half sleeve that you always see on my left arm, probably 3/4 of that was hand drawn by him. He didn't stencil it, he just freehanded it. And it's gorgeous. Of course, y'all know that because y'all see it every day. So we're letting the stencil dry, and I just wanted to jump in here and tell you that I fit in this chair, unlike last year when I had to squeeze into this chair. So, bonus. There you go. There's your Weight Watchers angle. Now, in case you didn't know, he uses needles for these.
It was part of it. Not technically a needle, though.
What is it technically?
It's actually a collection of pins on the end of a bar. I doubt you can zoom in close enough to see, but focus. Yeah.
So how many times? How many pins are in there? How many
this one's
needles
actually
in
a
there?
5. That's typically what I line.
So there's-
typically it's 5 or 7 for a liner.
So there's 5 in there, and how fast do they? Like how many times per second do they hit?
Geez, that I'd have to look up. Depends on your voltage, machine setup, all that. But faster than you can see.
Oh, definitely.
So it's a lot.
It goes so fast that it looks like you're just drawing with a pen.
Mm-hmm. And it's basically an abrasion. Just because it's a needle doesn't mean it goes through the skin. It's just goes into like the second layer of skin. So it's not as bad as getting a shot or getting your blood drawn.
No, it is not.
My wife
Because
wouldn't have so many tattoos if it was.
I wouldn't have any of these. They know that I can't have my blood
Surprising amount of
drawn.
people who get tattoos who don't like hypodermic needles.
No,
But I get it. They're not fun. Alright, ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Got all but like the roof and the top of the tree lined and shaded.
Now, how long did this much take? How long were we?
It's 1:35 right now. We got started for about 12:30. So it's a little over an hour at this point.
So
I think we got started at like 12:30, something like that.
Like that.
So you showed up. We both showed up right around noon.
12.
But
Yeah.
It took about 30 minutes to get everything set up. So yeah, a little over an hour.
Oh my God.
So I just haven't done the top of that and then the top of the roof. That's
so you
the only
can
part.
see the part with the stencil where he still has to outline, but the rest of that
Purple.
took about an hour. Isn't she gorgeous? Just wait till she gets some color on her.
Yeah, put all the color in her and the flowers and then some of the other bits. But like I was saying, we can leave like the cobblestone and like the stone on the house or just the wallpaper on the house. We can leave that as just like black and gray shaded if you wanted.
Right.
And then that'll help the other stuff pop. Like
Have to
stand
pop
out
out,
more, I
right.
think. Especially because like keeping it with her house, like I said, it wasn't really great colors to put on skin.
Right.
She had like a purple
It was
roof.
dark, yeah.
If she had like a purple roof and an orange house, absolutely. Let's throw that on there. But how it is, I just think doing the yellow in the windows and stuff, and then I'm going to do brown as the trim on the windows, so it has some color, and brown on the door.
I think it's going to be good. It's a break time.
Yep.
Okay, there he's putting down the different colors we're going to use. We're getting ready to color it in. All the line work's done. And if he needs to mix, he can just take what he's got down there and make it all kind of colors he wants. Ain't that right?
Yep. I just did those whites as bleeding. But, you know, white always shows the blood worse.
Don't worry, I'm a bleeder. It ain't him. It's me. It don't matter what you do, I bleed. Oh, look at her. Look at her.
When I clean it up, you can see those colors a bit more.
Yeah, I get a better light. So here we are, wrapped up and ready to head to the house.